good part of it. So. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who went for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was the night on the marge of Lake LaBarge I cremated Sam McGee. Now, Sam McGee was from Tennessee where the cotton blooms and blows. When I left his home in the south to roam around the pole, God only knows. He was always cold, but the land of gold seemed to hold him like a spell. And he'd often say in his holy way that he'd sooner live in hell. On a Christmas day, we were mushing our way over the Dawson Trail. Talk of your cold through the park is full that stabbed like a driven nail. If our eyes would close and the lashes froze till sometimes we couldn't see. And it wasn't much fun, but the only one to whimper was Sam McGee. That very night, as we lay packed tight in our robes beneath the snow, the dogs fed and the stars ahead were dancing heel and toe. He turned to me and, "Cap," says he, "I'm cashing this trip, I guess. And if I do, I'm asking you won't refuse my last request." Well, he seemed so low that I couldn't say no. Then he said in a sort of moan, "It's the cursed cold that's got right hold till I'm chilled clean through the bone. Yet it ain't being dead, it's miles from dread, the icy grave that pain. So I want you to swear that foul fair, you'll cremate my last remains." Well, Pal's last need is a thing to heed, so I swore it would not fail. We started on a streak of dawn, but oh, he looked ghastly pale. He crouched in the sleigh and he raved all day about his home in Tennessee. But before nightfall, a corpse is all that was left of Sam McGee. There wasn't a breath in that land of death, and I hurried, horror-driven, with a corpse half hid that I couldn't get rid of because of a promise given. It was lashed to the sleigh and it seemed to say, "You may tax your brawn and brain, but you promised true, and it's up to you to cremate those last remains." Well, promise made is a debt unpaid, and the trail has its own sturdy code. In the days to come, though my lips were numb, in my heart how I cursed the load. In the long, long nights by the lone firelight, while the huskies round in a ring howled out their woes to the homeless snows. Oh, how I loathed the thing. And every day that quiet plague seemed to heavy and heavier grow. Go on I went. The dogs were spent. The grub was getting low. The trail was bad and I felt half mad, but I swore I would not give in. I often seemed to hate the thing, and it hearkened with a grin. Till I came to the marge of Lake LaBarge, and a derelict there lay. It was jammed in the ice, but I saw in a trice. It was called the Alice May. I looked at it, and I thought of it. And I looked at my frozen chum. "And here," said I with a sudden cry, "is my crematorium." Some planks I tore from the cabin floor, and I lit the boiler fire. Some coal I found that was lying around, and I heaped the fuel higher. The flames just soared, the furnace roared. Such a blaze you seldom see. Then I burrowed a hole in the glowing coal, and I stuffed in Sam McGee. Then I made a hike, for I did not like to hear him sizzle so. The heavens howled, and the heavens scowled, and the huskies howled, and the winds began to blow. It was icy cold, but the hot sweat rolled down my cheeks, and I don't know why. And the inky smoke in a greasy cloak went streaking down the sky. Now I do not know how long in the snow I wrestled with grisly fear. The stars came out and danced about. Here again I ventured near. Now I was sick with dread, but I bravely said, "I'll just take a peek inside." I guess he's cooked. It's time I looked, and the door I opened wide. And there sat Sam, looking cool and calm in the heart of the furnace roar. He wore a smile I could see mile. He said, "Please close that door. It's fine in here, but I greatly fear you'll let in the cold and storm. Since I left Plum Tree down in Tennessee, it's the first time I've been warm." There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who went for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was the night on the marge of Lake LaBarge I cremated Sam.